Hi, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Friday, and we're kicking off the weekend with another great album of talent. Now, a lot of times I've covered old-time rock and roll. Sometimes I've covered albums that feature a variety of artists. Today is kind of in that latter group. Most people know the Grammys, USA, recognition of excellence in music. In Canada, we have a similar award called the Junos. And the album I have today is from 1996. It was 25th anniversary of the Juno Awards. This is disc 1, and it highlights some excellent Canadian talent. Now, who's on the album, you say? Well, let's find out. A lot of these bands we've already featured in the show before, and some of them have on here are brand new that we haven't really touched on. So let's start off. Guess Who? Yes, one of the ones we've talked about, Burton Cummings. Randy Bachman, their song American Woman. We've got Lighthouse doing One Fine Morning. Now, interesting thing about Lighthouse is back in the day, one of their sax players was a guy named Howard Shore. Howard Shore, you may remember, led the band on Saturday night when they first started out back in the mid-70s. Now he's scoring albums and scoring movies like Lord of the Rings. But yeah, he was band leader for the first Saturday Night Live band and member of Lighthouse. Crowbar, Oh What a Feeling. We've got Steppenwolf, Born to be Wild. Talked about them before, and probably the real big break for Steppenwolf was a couple of tunes in the soundtrack to the movie Easy Rider. Pusher and Born to be Wild. Sweeney Todd doing Roxy Roller. And here's a classic one, the Downchild Blues Band. One of the inspirations for Belushi and Aykroyd when they were putting together the Blues Brothers. Band out of Toronto, the Downchild Blues Band, and they're still out touring. This past year they were in Eastern Ontario here doing a couple of gigs. We've got the Powder Blues Band that we talked about before too, from out West Coast, and they're doing one called Doing It Right. Now back to Downchild Blues Band. The song on here is I Got Everything I Need Almost. And you probably recognize that if you follow the Blues Brothers at all. One of their big hits off the first album, Briefcase Full of Blues, that was the hit. Okay, let's go back. Trooper doing Raise a Little Hell, Chilliwack, Fly at Night, and Triumph with Magic Power. Second half of this disc, we got a band called Saga doing On the Loose. Foot in Cold Water, Make Me Do Anything You Want. Now, a lot of these bands, you may not recognize the name of the band, but I'm sure things like Oh What a Feeling and Roxy Roller, Raise a Little Hell, things like that, the tunes will be very familiar if you heard them, although you might not remember the name of the band sometimes. We got Burton Cummings doing a solo gig here with Stand Tall. Hey, right after that, what is it? Bachman-Turner Overdrive doing Taking Care of Business. So yeah, not only with Guess Who, they also had a few side jobs as well here. Rough Trade, who we just talked about a few months ago, doing their classic High School Confidential. Pursuit of Happiness, I'm an Adult Now. Martha and the Muffins with Echo Beach. Parachute Club doing Rise Up. And the Eclectic Cowboy Junkies doing a song called Misguided Angel. And again, featured the Junkies a while ago. They're also still on tour if you get a chance to catch them. Margot Timmons, just excellent. An album of just classic tunes, classic bands, and one you're going to want to sing along with because I'm sure most of you know these songs by heart. A great way to end the week, kick off the weekend. Little Maple Leaf there for fall, right? Well, Maple Leaf for Canada. Could be Maple Leaf for the Maple Leafs. Hey, doing well this year for all those you that follow NHL hockey. Anyways, disc 1, 25th anniversary of the Juno Awards. A classic album of Canadian talent. That's it for Friday. We will see you on Monday. Until then, everybody have a great weekend. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you Monday.